Now let's look at a good copy of Stop Youth Violence. Introduction paragraph. I'm what they refer to as a bystander who watched and did absolutely nothing to stop the injustice for fear of my life. I knew the 3 perpetrators from some of my classes. I also knew the victim from my math class. He has actually helped me with my math a couple of times. How did I repay him for the help? By watching and not intervening as the 3 other guys punched, kicked, and swung a bat over and over until he was lifeless and in a coma. I may have not been one of the perpetrators, but I'm just as guilty because I watched and looked into the victim's eyes as he pleaded for help and I walked away. I believe that youth violence can be stopped through education and action. Body paragraph 1. In order to combat this epidemic, teenagers as well as parents need to be aware of the signs of bullying. Bullying can come in many forms, some more apparent than others. Physical violence and attacks, cyberbullying, verbal abuse, threats and intimidation, extortion, and even exclusion from groups of peers are all examples of bullying. Consequently, victims tend to be very tense, anxious, and afraid. When they are at school, they lack concentration, become more reserved, and may isolate themselves. Many victims even try to avoid school. As a result, all this may lead to a significant drop in grades. The victim may lack self-worth or self-esteem. They can become not only withdrawn at home, but also in other areas of their lives, such as their home. In worst cases, victims may fall into depression. To stop youth violence, people need to be aware of the signs in order to recognize them and do something about it. Body paragraph 2. Action, whether it is from the victim, bystander, friend, family, or school community, can put an end to youth violence. Bystanders can play a significant role in preventing bullying. It is their responsibility as a fellow peer to speak up, get help, or encourage others who are witnesses to band together to also help and speak out against the injustice. Furthermore, victims can and should take action even though they are in a very vulnerable position. Victims must also avoid situations where bullying can occur, ignore aggressors, surround themselves with friends, seek help from teachers, friends, or parents, and most importantly, be confident and believe in themselves. Taking action is the only way to fight this problem. Concluding paragraph. Therefore, youth violence can be stopped through education and action against bullying. I wish I could go back in time and do everything differently to help the guy from a math class because he wouldn't be fighting for his life now. If there only had been a family member or friend that could have detected the torment and violence he was suffering over the past few months, he would be sitting in my math class and not lying in a hospital bed. It is worthwhile to acquire knowledge and be part of the solution to prevent other innocent teenagers from becoming victims of youth violence. Thank you.